Welcome back, guys. I know it's been some time since I posted a last video from the camping trip, but today we're gonna do a couple little upgrades in the Tacoma itself. With the gears and tires, I have been having the speedometer be off a little bit, so I bought a couple of things. Well, one thing for that, and then I bought one additional thing for auto start just to make it a little bit more convenient. But I ended up buying a speedometer calibrator. This is supposed to be for 2016 through the current Tacomas. Here's the part number for it. I already went on the website and entered all the information for the calibration for tire size and gears, and so we'll get that installed today. And then the other thing that I bought was a auto start for the car. So if we were camping or just getting the car started, I normally leave to work around 5 in the morning. So it'd be nice just to get the car warmed up before I start heading out. I have the regular H key with just a little case on it, but I don't have push to start since this is a SR. And so hopefully with this, I'll be able to start it remotely or with a triple press of the key. So that's what we're going to be working on today. And we'll start off by taking off my little ram mount here, pulling the front fascia off this, and then pulling out the speedometer or the gauge cluster with the speedometer to go ahead and install this first. And then once we're taking all this off, we'll work our way back down this way to pull this area off to go ahead and start the push to start. Well, Alright, pulled off the front cover, and it's just held in with clips, so you give it a good pull and it comes right out. Now we're going to take off the cover around the speedometer, and same thing, if you just grab it, give it a good pull, it just has some clips and it will come right out. Now we got a bolt here, a bolt there, and then two on the bottom down here, and the whole cluster should be able to come out, and then we can go ahead and plug that into the back of it. Alright, we got the bolts out, and now the cluster will slide right out. And there's just a couple of connections back here. Yeah, for this, comes with the USB cable, the micro USB for programming it with the computer, and then this is the actual module itself. Just has a port on it and a connection for the USB. Like I said, I already plugged this into the computer, downloaded the software, and I entered the stock tire size, upgraded tire size, and the gears that I put into the car. This is a bypass, not a bypass, but a harness that plugs into the stock harness. And then this connector is the one that plugs into here. So really it's nice and simple. Hopefully it solves my issue of the speedometer being off. In the city, it's okay, but then when I get to freeway speeds, it is about 4 miles an hour off, and I'll take a little clip of that for before and after, and then we'll see how it works. This is what it's looking like currently. I unplugged the factory harness and plugged in the extension that came in the box, and then the extension plugs into the back of the cluster, and the little dongle is plugged into the little harness that's right here. I think I'm gonna plug in the USB cord into it and hide it somewhere on the side, so in case I need to adjust it or calibrate it differently or something, I won't have to take the whole dash apart again to get to it. Alright, everything's plugged back in, and we're gonna start the car, make sure it still works. Seems to work, so we'll end up taking it for a spin after we install the remote start and make sure everything's still working. Alright, now for the remote start, it's honestly really plug and play. It has a bunch of harnesses that you end up unplugging underneath the dash, and then it has two options. You can do it where you use a little key fob that it comes with, or you can splice it into your factory system to where you can push the remote 3 times and it'll start. I don't really want to cut, so I'm just gonna set it up so it's using the key fobs only. The instructions are nice and clear. It tells you exactly where to plug it in and everything, but ended up taking off the bottom cover, took off the cover off the bottom of the steering wheel, and now we're going to go through and unplug the harnesses that they want us to and plug in the new ones, and I'll keep you guys updated. We got everything cleaned up, got everything installed, followed the instructions. Everything was honestly plug and play. Like I said, I didn't cut any of the wires, kept it just so I can use the little remote that it came with. Otherwise, put everything back. Speedometer is all in, the module's plugged in. I kept a little USB for it just down here if I need to correct it or anything like that. I don't have to take all this back apart. So let me show you how this works. So close the car, and lock it. Now we have the little remote. Press and hold it. Beeps, and the car starts right up. Doors are locked. Click it twice, it opens the doors. Now the nice thing about having the H key or the plane key, the car does not turn off when you open the door. You can go ahead, put the key in, turn it to the on, and then when you press the brake, you can get into the car and it takes over, and you can go ahead and start driving or doing whatever you need to. You don't have to start the car up again and stuff like that, so it doesn't shut down, which is nice. If you have the push to start, which comes on the higher end models, I do not believe this feature is available. So everything works. Now what we're gonna do is take the car for a quick ride and double check how accurate the speedometer is with the module. This is the current speed that we're at without the module. Right now it's showing 66, but GPS is showing 69. It's kind of hard to see. 70, 67. So it's about 3 to 4 miles an hour off, and that is at 50 and above. Below 50, it's actually pretty accurate, and it shows the same speed. So hopefully with the module, once we put it in, we'll be able to see the difference. Alright, I think I kind of messed up and might have to recalibrate it, because now when I'm going 30, it shows 40 for the GPS. I think the issue that happened is when I got the tune, I think the tuner put the tire size as 33s, and then me putting in the stock tire size when I was calibrating it probably threw it off. So it looks like I'm gonna have to plug in the laptop and reset it just to make sure we get an accurate reading, because now it's even more off. So we'll go back to the house and fix it and then take it on a test drive again. It's a little hard to see, but this is the software that runs for the speedometer calibration. And before I put in the tire sizes for the original for 245, 75, 16, which is what the car came with. But like I said, I think when I got the tune on the Tacoma, they changed it to 33. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unselect the tire size and leave it as stock, so the computer thinks we still have 33s on. And then all I'm going to do is change the gear value from the original 391s to the 529s that we have in the car now. And then we're going to hit program. It's writing. It says it's successfully programmed. So now we're going to go ahead and exit out of it. Then we'll unplug it and we'll go ahead, tuck it back in, and take it for a quick little drive around the block, and hopefully the values are more accurate. It's definitely a lot better. It's closer. I think it's only off by about a mile an hour now to 2 miles an hour. So I'll play around with it a little bit. I'll try to contact the tuner and see exactly what he set it as for the tire size, and then I'll just go from there and try to adjust it a little bit just to get it more accurate. But so far that's pretty good. I'm happy with it. For today, it was just a short little 2 mods, but probably next week or the week after, I am going to start building out the little storage area inside of the 4-wheel camper. So I should make a few videos about that. Hopefully see you guys soon. Thank you.